and play its constructive role. The second reason for their opposition is the situation of this region. Undoubtedly, this region is the most important, the most sensitive, and the most influential region of the world. Any power that can control the interactions in this region and the relations in this region will be able to influence international and global relations. Our region has three important features. The first feature of this region is that this region is the birthplace of all cultures and sustainable civilizations of humanity. It's the place where all the divine prophets have been appointed as messengers of God, speaking of human civilization, culture, and moralities. All these moralities, cultures, civilizations are indebted to the efforts and hard works made by Gnostics, and also scientists and scholars of this region. Also, one should refer to major mineral and natural and energy resources of this region. Anyone that can dominate the energy resources of this Middle East region has actually attained the tools for dominating the whole world. The dilapidated colonialism of Britain, by dominating the cheap energy resources of the Middle East, managed to actually dominate major parts of the world. World War II, its outcome and the victory by the then alliances was due to the cheap energy resources, the domination of the cheap energy resources of the Middle East region. They plundered these energy resources and they actually used that for the war, and they attained victory, and the same was true about World War I. The other feature is that this region is the intersection for actually connections and political interaction. Geopolitically speaking, this region has the greatest potentials for political influence in this region. In fact, it's like a connecting intersection. When one stands in the focal point of this intersection, one can actually influence and dominate all political relations and interactions. In the course of history, whenever a power or a group or a government dominated this region, it has actually dominated the whole world. In the meantime, there were powers and empires that did not play a role in this region, and they were just rapidly were wiped off the political scenes of that time. The occupation of Palestine, the establishment of the criminal Zionist regime, and the absolute support by certain countries, Western countries and governments supporting the atrocities of the Zionist regime and that illegitimate and fake regime. In fact, they have tried to make create baseless grounds. They spread lies, and in this way they paved the way for dominating this region and eventually dominating the whole world. And in this way they have actually imposed this malicious regime on the nations of the region. Oh, dear people of Iran, the influence of the people of Iran, the role of the people of Iran in our regional relations and interactions is quite clear to the hegemonic powers. Everyone knows very well that the Iranian nation has the capacity to massively influence all regional relations and interactions. They oppose us because they want to actually, through dominating the Middle East region, they seek to dominate the whole world. And in fact, an independent Iran, a free Iran, an advanced and powerful Iran is considered as an impediment to their objectives. This is the secret behind their opposition with the Iranian nation in the past 31 years. They want the Iranian nation to be backwarded, to be kept weak, and even be under the domination of atrocious dictators, be dependent to others, and at the same time eliminate the independence and freedom of Iran, because they believe that under freedom and independence and prosperity, grounds will be paved for the progress of the Iranian nation and creation of new movements. In fact, they oppose freedom, and they even oppose Iran's republic nature, and that is freedom and republicanism that has been emanated from the genuine culture of Islam. They oppose such things because they know that under such conditions, grounds will be paved for the prosperity and blossoming of the Iranian nation. To summarize, one can say that through dominating our region, they want to actually guarantee the domination, their hegemony over the whole world, and advanced Iran hampers their progress for attaining this goal. The nation of Iran is a great nation and creates grandeur and glory, and they oppose the grandeur and glory of the Iranian nation. Speaking of other topics, the other topics are just pretexts. The nuclear issue, our progress in the field of biotechnology, the issue of human rights, and regional issues, these are all pretexts and the cover-up for hiding the main objectives of the domineering powers in this region. All of you have seen their double standard policies, and I do not want to repeat them. But let's just have a review and see in the past 31 years of their enmity towards us, what goals have they achieved, and what was the objective attained, the results attained by the Iranian nation. Well, let's take a glance back at the years before the victory of the revolution and the early days of the revolution, and our youths must conduct research and conduct studies in order to become further familiar with such concepts. 31 years ago, they were the indisputable powers of this region and the world, two apparently opposing blocs, but in reality they were convergent. They had created convergent blocs in the world. Both blocs were after dominating the whole world and plundering the humanity of human beings. They were both after creating modern slavery. One was chanting a slogan of supporting the laborers, and it sought to actually turn all human beings into weak laborers of the hegemonic system, and the other one chanted the slogan of capitalism and chanted liberalist slogans, and it was after converting all nations into laborers of major capitalists, global capitalists. They even, in order to accelerate the process of consumption and production and filling the pockets of major world capitalists, they even forced the women and children to do what they wished them to do. They actually wanted to create a modern slavery.